Rise from your grave.
Get hammered.
I'm standing here. You make a move. It's your move.
Go down the rabbit hole of combat.
You know how this is gonna turn out, don't you? I think you do.
For a hard-hitting experience.
So bend the knee or I'll destroy them.
Straight to your dome.
The Red God takes what is his, and only death may pay for life.
This is the Hammerfisting Podcast, exclusively on Gas Digital Network.
New studio, baby. This is exciting.
Studio. These headphones are loud.
Yeah, I'm not used to hearing the open, so I'm kind of like shell-shocked. In the old studio, you couldn't hear shit.
This is such a cool look. I love this. This
Just
is the 1st
don't
time
move.
I've seen all of this.
One-
Whoa,
one-
what the fuck?
One thing about this whole setup is that we're trying to be professional, and you have a problem with
Profession?
moving. Yeah, with being professional. So just stay in one fucking spot.
Me
Don't
with
rock the
moving,
table.
you shake your leg like it's fucking going out of style.
No one can see my leg.
No one can see your third leg either. Heyo.
And you're wearing a shirt. Is that like
I'm branding.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
I'm starting to brand.
is that like a shirt that you had made, or is that a shirt that you bought at like Target or Kmart?
Yes.
What? Which one is it?
All of the above. Why can't you just go with it, Rick? Just
right.
let it happen.
Well, we got to get our
Is Tinkle
t-shirt
here?
going.
What happened? I saw him before. You got Tink? I am ugly.
There he is.
Tinkle.
Can you hear us?
Apparently not.
That's all right. We'll just watch Tinkle for a while, like observing a caveman in its natural habitat.
So we're joined by High Society Radio's Chris from Brooklyn. What's up, man?
What's going on? Also, Maddie is branding. For some reason, he's wearing rash guards.
Yeah, baby. Look at that. I got my new tendonitis ankle things on.
Why are you wearing that though?
What, the rash guard?
Yeah.
It's I was wearing it on my jeans today.
Oh, okay.
Keeps you cool.
All right.
Wicks sweat.
All right. Well, we got to get to a bunch of
He
stuff.
looks like if the obnoxious manager of an MMA fighter somehow ended up in a match.
Yeah.
Just come in
Exactly.
throwing dust.
Yeah.
But we're here at the new Gas Digital Studios, and this shit is proper, man. Look at that. The table. We got the Gas Digital logo etched in there. We got professional mics. We got cameras. We got the fiber optic lighting.
We got
They
the
spare
new
no
fucking
expense.
logo on the screen there.
I
Did
know.
a great job with that.
Thanks to
It's a good
fucking
logo.
Bobbo.
And we're gonna put that on the T-shirt, right?
Yeah, baby.
All right. Finally, we
the
get it
plan.
done. But we got to get to a bunch of stuff. We got to get to UFC Singapore. Did you see the fights? I saw that before the show you were trying to catch up on
No,
everything.
I was just refreshing myself for the fights. I just like kind of watched them late at night. I forgot they were on. I came home Saturday night and watched them. I remember I did enjoy the card. It just like escapes me.
Yeah, you know, with those
The first
cards.
fight was good. I thought it was great, and then the main event was great. And I feel like the co-main event I wasn't too into. Was it OSP?
OSP
I didn't think it was
and,
great.
Yeah.
And Pedro, Tyson Pedro.
Yeah, they were fun, but they weren't great fights. I felt like.
Yeah, that's like I think it's a second straight armbar submission. The other one's Mark Hunt. Like Samoans just always fall victim apparently to straight armbars.
Yeah, that sucked. I mean, Pedro was trying to get the takedown, and then you had OSP unfortunately fall right on top of him and then get in that, well, it wasn't an armbar. I think it was either like, was it an armbar?
Straight armbar.
Oh, straight armbar.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Go from the key lock to the armbar. Where's Tinkle? Is he hearing us? Come on, baby.
Oh, he doesn't even have his headphones in
Come
yet.
on. He just doesn't know how to do anything right now.
He doesn't have any fucking clue what's going on.
Just making noise. Tinkle.
Chris, you hear us? No, he has no fucking clue.
Nope.
Whatever.
Haven't quite figured that part out yet.
Hello.
Tinkle! No, he has no fucking clue. I can't be talking to a ghost.
We need to keep
I
him
feel like
waiting.
every time I'm here, we can't hear Chris Tinkle, and I
Yeah.
feel like he's gonna start to think it's my fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're just trying to push him
Hello,
out of the
hello,
conversation, be a big diva. There he is. Here's Tinkle.
Nope.
Hello, hello.
Fuck.
every time I'm here.
All right, so
Let's see how long before he gives up.
let's just get to the UFC Singapore card.
Sucking
Put the main event.
balls.
Oh, good. We can hear him and he can't hear us. This will be a great fucking broadcast.
Sucking cow.
Hey guys, look.
Tinkle, can you hear us?
Patience is a virtue, and we're in a new studio
this makes
and
me
working
so
out all the
happy.
kinks. All right, so
I like that
you,
his contribution has been singing the word "sucking balls."
you know, he's quite the artist. But did you see the main event, like the full main event?
Yeah, I watched the whole card. I mean, I'm not gonna not watch a free Fight Pass card under any circumstance, even if I have to watch it 2 days later.
Yeah, I missed most of it. I watched the co-main and main event, and they're too early. I got to wake up at 4:30
Just
a.m.
watch it when you wake up at noon. It's
Something
over.
about watching it live though. It's like
There he is.
It's so much better. I don't think he's not Ricky. He's never gonna hear us.
No, I just said there he is because he's just
Oh,
seeing sucking
okay.
balls and sucking cock over and over again.
This is great.
So what's the verdict right now on Donald Cerrone?
I I think it's time to move back down, like I've been saying for the past however long. I mean, he beat Medeiros, but he's not big enough. There's just, especially like the older guys try to like go up a weight class or down a weight class late in their career, think it's a good move, and it just never quite works out. Like, who's done it successfully besides like Whitaker? And he's still young.
Yeah, but the thing with the Cerrone that I'm curious about is this just a guy that's reached a point in his career where he's just too old? I mean, Leon Edwards was one step ahead of him that entire fight.
Yeah, I mean, he was competitive. Like, he didn't like...
But people are always going to watch him.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why a lot of these guys aren't retiring. I mean, especially like, I mean, that was a 5-round fight, but like what Arlovsky just had, a 3-round fight 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And it's just like, they're going to keep paying him because they're going to have pay-per-views in Chicago and people are going to cheer for him.
Yeah, some guys just, you know, they garner that attention.
It's 15 minutes and you make $1 million. Like, there's no reason for those guys to leave.
I feel like if you're a UFC matchmaker, Sean Shelby, at this point you can only put Cowboy Cerrone in with someone who's going to engage, because you could tell he was getting frustrated as the fight went on. Because Leon Edwards, look, props to him, dude. The pride of Birmingham. The guy implemented a game plan, came out, guns a-blazing in spurts, but Cowboy's the type of fighter that wants to stand in the pocket and just throw with bad intentions. And when you have a guy that's strategic, that's young, that's really entering the prime of his career like Leon Edwards, it's not going to fare well for a guy like Cowboy. So I think at this point, the guy's not going to be a champion. I don't think. We've been surprised in the past with guys like Robbie Lawler. But I think with Cerrone, you put him in versus other guys that are going to just stand and bang for fun fights, and he's a guy who's going to fight multiple times a year. You could put him on a card to kind of spice it up.
Forward.
Yeah,
he's not really trying to get back into contention. And I don't know. Yeah, he's, I'm
sure.
Oh, that was a fun ass fight to watch. I didn't think he was going to win. Nobody, I think. What did it went off? He went off like way as an underdog, right?
I never
even with the name recognition.
Yeah, he's not big. He was going to go to 45.
I don't know how the fuck he can make that.
What's up, dude?
He was talking about it. Now he's just taking a phone call. It's just fucking.
Well, no,
great.
He's talking to Bobby.
Oh, okay.
Well, look at that, pulling back the curtain.
Yeah, but what do you call it? Yeah, he wanted like that Holloway what's his face
it's
moment.
all set up. Yep, everything's set up.
Who's
who
am I thinking of?
Talk to you guys.
45er, obviously.
Say that again. I'm just getting distracted.
It was either Holloway or what's his face? They did the fucking point to the center, and then they just fucking slugged it out for the last 10, 15 seconds. You know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I'm just completely drawing a blank.
I can't think of his fucking name right now. It starts with an L, I feel like. Mike, anyone?
Mike will know this.
Mike, can you jump in? No? Good. The new studio is great.
But someone made a great point.
I love it.
That's a plus.
No, this new studio is amazing. We just got to get used to it. But
I was being literal.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I don't want him talking.
But the thing that I was talking about with a buddy of mine, because we were watching the fights, and then I was on Reddit, and people were talking in like a discussion thread about UFC Singapore, is that we're in a weird place in the promotion because, there are still great fights, but then you have the debacle that was the CM Punk fight a couple of weeks ago. And you have certain fights that are kind of getting sprinkled in because of name value, and they're trying to sell pay-per-views, because right now this is officially the Endeavor era, formerly WMEIMG. So it's like, where do we go from here? I feel like we're in a weird like purgatory when it comes to the UFC and mixed martial arts.
As far as what? Getting like fights that make sense?
I think
I think we get enough fights that make sense.
No, I think they're trying to get casual fans to become at the cost of their hardcore fans. They're trying to get casual. The amount of interim titles is just like a great example.
Yeah, well that's a little ridiculous.
And that's also probably because like as the sport's evolving, a lot of these guys are like, oh, I've been doing this for 10 years. It's time for me to get fucking paid. You know what I mean? I'm on my way out. I need to get paid. Like give me I'll fight CM Punk. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure whoever wins this Cormier-Stipe fight is going to want to fight Lesnar, because there's nobody else that is going to command that money. Like unless Cormier wins and can fight in Ghana, and even that, I don't think that commands the money.
Not Lesnar, no. You're not going to get the fucking
you're not going to get the buy rate.
The strictly WWE fans are going to come over and watch a fight, but
no, but even UFC fans, like Lesnar's a freak athlete.
He's legit.
People literally people were hyped when I was watching with all UFC fans when that commercial came on to say that he was on UFC 200, and we were all shocked and we were hyped.
Yeah, dude.
And then
it's still kind of amazing that he lost to fucking to Overeem when you think about it.
Not really.
You know what I mean? I'm surprised he wasn't able to fucking take him down in that fight. and he just got fucking clobbered.
I think that
The Velasquez thing makes sense. It's like, all right, Velasquez has really good wrestling as well, and you know, they can fight, you know, in that regard. But to lose the fucking over him, I guess when you get kicked in your broken intestines, it's doesn't fare too well.
And he's a guy that just doesn't like to get hit, you know? I mean, when he fought
he's a big
Kane,
guy. Like,
it was the first time.
Yeah.
Actually, not the first time. I'd say Shane Carwin was the first time. And then when he finally got hit, he realized, holy shit, like, this is something that you need to ease into. You know, that's why I was talking about, like, Lewis's upcoming fight with Ryan O'Neal. I kind of compare that to the Contender Series because you said you don't like the Contender Series, right?
Well, I tried to watch the first season, and I felt it was very like Mandingo fighting-ish, because it was like Dana White was smoking a cigar, like like reading a racing form, and like there's just like the guy's
got a
wife
fistful
is
of
just
fucking 20s.
Yeah, like the guy's wife is just crying because he got knocked out, and he's been working, like she's bet, like some woman is just bawling her eyes out because she's been with this dude for 10 years as he was a broke fighter, and he just lost his only shot.
That's a good point.
I like watched the first 2 fights of the first season of the Contender Series, and I was like, I can't watch this. This is fucking painful. Like, I don't like, you can literally show me a video of a dude getting shot in the face. I don't want to see his wife crying.
See, that's where we part ways. That will bring me in. I want to see that.
Yeah.
We went to Glory, the kickboxing, and what's his face? Chris Camozzi fought some fucking, I don't know, some jamoke from wherever the hell he was. He was just getting beat up the entire fight, and his girlfriend was screaming from the crowd. And we were maybe 24 to 40
Yeah, but
away
here's
from
the
her.
thing. Even
She's
if there's
weeping.
if there's a crowd, it still diffuses it. There's
You're
something about
right.
it being that empty TV studio,
and you hear the
like
punches.
Snoop Dogg is there,
Yes,
and I'm
yeah.
just like, I just feel this is this guy's entire life culminating in this fucking sideshow, and it just made me feel.
Well, you
bad.
get to see how high the stakes are raised when it's you know what I mean, when it's that intimate, you know.
Yeah, you
I
hear
guess.
the punches land. It's like back with, I forget the season of The Ultimate Fighter when was it Adam Sella was the guy that got knocked out that was like, you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, what's his face?
Uriah Hall
Yes,
knocked
yes,
him
yes.
out, and the
Yeah.
guy was making this ungodly noise. He sounded like a fucking banshee. It was crazy, and you hear the impact of the punch or the kick. You hear the guy hit the mat, and you're right when you
that I don't mind, but there's just something about just like it's just such a sideshow. I don't know. And Mike was saying that they completely changed it this season, but I don't know if I could.
I haven't seen any of them.
I'll check it out.
I've completely fallen. I gotta like catch up on them now. It's really
a lot
hard
of finishes,
to keep up on.
a lot
fucking,
of finishes.
'Cause they're hungry, dude. They're coming in fucking fresh. What are their records like? They're very new, right? They're
all amateurs.
You don't know anything about the other guys.
Some
There's
pro,
no tape.
some pro records.
Nothing to watch. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I was bringing up the fight between Ryan O'Neal and Lewis, because the Contender Series, which makes it kind of frustrating but interesting at the same time, is that, you know, when you're watching Cowboy Cerrone versus Leon Edwards, you know enough about these guys where you can really gauge how the fight's going to go. You know that these guys have enough fights under their belt, especially on a bigger stage. Talking more about Cowboy Cerrone, but Leon Edwards proved that he could, you know, perform at that level. So you can kind of predict how the fight's going to go. But with the Contender Series, just like with the upcoming fight between Lewis and that Ryan O'Neal guy, you don't know how it's going to go. You don't have enough tape or enough things to gauge how these guys are going to, you know, perform. I mean, you've been watching.
I predict Sting comes down from the rafters with a baseball bat in the middle of that fight. That's how.
But yeah, I mean, the gym that you're associated with has been training with Lewis. How does he look?
I mean, they're saying he looks pretty good for a guy who just started training. I know he's like tapping out guys who have been there longer than him.
yeah.
That's what they said about CM Punk.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, but
that?
CM Punk fought fighters.
Tinkle.
Oh,
Good to hear from you, Tinkle.
Hey, thank you guys. No, well, wait. So who the fuck is Lewis fighting? Who's this Ryan O'Neal guy? It's not the actor.
He's out in L.A. You should go break his fucking leg.
Haha, hear that, Ryan? You're unknown.
You know, you really don't know anything
who is
about
he?
him?
I have no idea. I thought you guys were like fucking with me, and then I was like, well, that's kind of Lewis's MO to like fight with random people. So
No, he's doing it at Ellis Mania in Vegas in August.
I'm thinking
Hard
about
Rock.
flying
So
out
who's
there.
Ryan O'Neal though? Is he a like YouTube personality?
I think
a
he's a
comic.
comic.
He's a comic and podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, he's obviously killing it. Does he have a Netflix special or anything? I mean, everyone has those except for me and
I'm
Lewis.
sure he does. Yeah.
There he is.
Dude, and I'll tell you what, the
Oh, he's bigger than Lewis.
yeah, but statistics show that guys who smile at stare downs tend to lose the fight.
Yeah, what are the statistics on that? Because you're right.
I don't know. There aren't percentages broken down, but it's it's enough to.
I mean, look, what
factor.
Lewis lacks in skill, he clearly makes up for in neck fat. So he's definitely going to take this.
Yeah, look at those rolls.
He does have rolls on his head. Wait, does this guy know how to fight?
He's got like Taekwondo training apparently,
Which means jack shit.
which like so do I. So so who cares?
Well, we saw the rash guards. We know.
Yeah.
You're out there. You're in
Oh,
the
Tank, did you see my fucking? Can you see us? Do you see my rash guards?
Oh, you mean your fucking gay tights?
Yeah. I was gonna wear them by themselves too.
They're gay
Rash
fucking
guards.
tights.
Yeah.
Rash guards. You're
They're
queer.
cooling. They're sweat wicking. Feels good in my nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that looking at what I've seen the video and the interview that they did on Jason Ellis' show on Sirius XM,
Yeah.
I feel like Lewis has the edge psychologically. I think that once they both,
It's the first time and last time you'll ever hear that statement.
I know, right? Dude, as soon as you said that, I was like, that's never been said before.
I don't know.
Those words.
Usually in a relationship, Puerto Rican men tend to have the advantage psychologically.
that's true. But I think when they actually walk out to the ring, it's going to be in a ring, right? It's not going to be in a cage.
Mm-hmm.
When they walk out to the
I think
ring,
in a cage it would be more to Lewis's advantage.
think,
just because of the size difference. Like he's gonna walk in heavier.
Yeah. I think the
Is that because he's Puerto Rican and his people are used to being in cages?
Exactly.
yeah, it's true. I'm half Puerto Rican. I can confirm.
I think this is the first MMA fight they're doing. I think it's always been strictly boxing in the past, right?
I know. I think
boxing
they've done
and kickboxing.
kickboxing.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, but MMA is.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big deal. I feel like.
Yeah.
No, am I crazy?
I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of being stood up, like just and unnecessarily.
Yeah. Well, what's his face already said that if it gets boring, he's gonna he's in control of the refs, right? So if he tells the ref it's getting boring down there, stand him up, then that's what they're gonna do, which is I think bullshit. But what are you gonna do?
God, imagine Lewis gets killed Apollo Creed style in the ring.
I mean,
Is that how he died?
well, he got killed by Drago.
Drago.
Oh yeah.
And then someone's going to have to pull little fucking James aside and tell him he has to fight his son in 20 years?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, these guys, both of them, are trying to play it off like this isn't that big of a deal. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, Lewis,
Which is a little ridiculous because neither one of them has any pro fight experience.
well, that's
or
what makes it
amateur
so
fight
interesting.
experience,
It's
so
like,
Well,
how do you
but that's
game
the thing is like, are you that worried? Like, I mean, any dude who's not a pro fighter, I'm like, even if they're bigger than me, like, if there's a ref here to make sure I don't die, like,
Yeah.
what's the fucking worst that could happen?
I don't know, man.
Maybe you could put your tooth through your lip or something fucking
yeah,
like
you
that.
could probably get more hurt if you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
or
right?
get
You know-
cheap shotted and go like $1 Million Baby style. Lewis has to chew his
I
own
think
tongue
both
off.
of these guys are going to be so geared in on the fucking whatever their coaches were drilling with them 2 days earlier.
I say they both
that's
gas
what they're going to be doing
within
Of
fucking
course.
30 seconds. It just
course.
all the adrenaline fucking surging through your veins.
Yeah.
Are there drug tests for this fight?
If not, Lewis is fucking up in the game.
Dude, Lewis should be
Shit, hold on.
fucking mainlining right now, dude. He should be juicing everything.
Yeah, I don't think they're
Holy
drug
fuck.
tests.
Should be
Oh
hooked
my
up like
God,
Bane.
Lewis, please do a cycle.
Yeah, right. Just get on it. He's got 10 weeks. I think, yeah, you can get jacked up in 10 weeks.
Yeah,
Is this in July or
fucking
August?
Late August.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is there a game plan being implemented, like the guys that he's training with at the gym that you're?
Yeah, I
part
think
of?
honestly, I think it comes down to cardio and jujitsu. At the end of the day, that's what any fight really comes down to.
Staying calm is a big thing.
Yeah.
It's
Breath work, yeah, I think, and that has to do with cardio. I think if he's just in better shape, and like you can get in better shape, he could do it. I mean, I don't know what this guy is doing, but if he's not training the right way, it's just about who gets gassed first, and like that CM Punk fight.
yeah, for sure.
Like
It's probably gonna look a lot like two CM Punks in there fighting.
yeah,
It's going to look a lot like two CM Punks fighting. It's
gonna be
but
weird. There's
not
gonna be, like,
famous.
Standing almost guillotines and fucking triangles being thrown up without breaking down the posture. It's gonna be a shit show, I'm sure.
I mean, Lewis.
Lots
tried
of
to
leg
throw-
kicks.
Lewis tried to throw intern Mike into a fucking triangle when they fought on Legion of Skanks that time.
Yeah.
He did. I was there. Huh?
Turn your mic on, Slappy.
Can't hear you. Thank God Bobby's here to fucking
He
make sure
had no
shit-
shot. I mean, he went for it. Sure, I'll
Yeah,
give
yeah,
him
yeah.
credit. A for effort.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
guess.
saying.
Like a C maybe for effort.
I mean, New Jack didn't stand him up, so I'm sure he was going for something.
I mean, there was some eye gouging in there, but no. What I was saying, I think was interesting. I was talking to you guys earlier about the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series. I don't know if you saw the Austin Springer versus Jigga Chiqueta fight. That was a world class kickboxer who got beaten by a guy who was just all grit, grind, wrestling. He clubbed and subbed him in the third round. I think that's Lewis's best game plan here. Tire the striker out and then work that power double leg until you can club and sub.
Can you take the microphone out of your mouth?
Wait, so
He thought it was a chocolate bar.
when the fuck did Lewis get a power double leg?
No. He's talking about the Contender Series. We were talking about that before when you were in limbo there.
Oh, I mean, Tinkle, he's training with Callum Bisping, number 4 ranked amateur wrestler in California State.
Michael Bisping.
No, his son.
Oh.
Yeah, his son's actually a very good wrestler. Well,
oh yeah, I saw he posted a video of him wrestling.
Yeah, apparently he's going to try out for or at least they're trying to get him to try out for the UK's wrestling team for the Olympics.
Yeah, I could probably make the UK wrestling team.
I don't think you could.
They're not great at it.
I mean, I could also cram for any test.
Rick, we all have our differences and opinions. We should probably we have to clue Christopher in on that, right? We were going to talk about that.
We can talk about that
on the Gas Digital fucking.
It's kind of an old topic.
Fight bracket. Ricky's proposal is he can beat up everyone at Gas except for Bisping.
I think so.
You really think that you could beat? I don't think you could beat Ralph in a fight for sure.
I think I could beat up anyone. I've been in a lot of fights,
but I don't think Ralph is 6'3" and like he's Herman Munster.
It doesn't matter.
All right.
Yeah, you pull those fucking
when he says that ball belongs to Mr. Gilmore and starts chasing you down the block.
Look, obviously, you never know. I mean, fighting, and that's what's so intriguing about this fight with Ryan O'Neal and Lewis. When you get into a fight, you never know how you're going to perform. It's the guy that can keep his presence of mind after getting punched in the face and not let your emotions get the best of you. That's what fighting is all about. And that's why, like, you know, I tell anyone, if they've never been in a one-on-one fight with someone, then they've never been in a real fight.
You should have one. You should start one.
No, don't start
Fight Club. You go out and fight, spray out the hose
somebody in the
street.
If, like this is what Ricky is saying. If you're listening to the show, if you've never been in a fight with somebody, go out of your house right now, go to a bar, have 2.5 beers, and just crack somebody in the fucking mouth. It'll make you a better person.
Just make sure they're not part of a Dominican gang and they don't have a machete. Otherwise, you're going to be fucked. Did anyone see that video?
Yes.
That shit was fucked
what is
up.
it? Can we do that? Can we pull that shit up yet?
You posted something on your Instagram about it.
Was it? What was this?
With the kid who got his neck slashed.
The kid in the Bronx.
That shit was fucked up.
I don't want to watch this, dude.
You
Why
don't?
not? I don't think you can
No,
see anything,
I don't like-
right? You just see the fucking, it's like a far off shot.
Oh no,
fucking-
it's
yeah,
coming. I
around
can
the
see it.
corner.
Oh no, there it is. Oh,
All right, now come on.
Oh, dude, is that real?
How did he see it and we didn't see it?
I know this is not working correctly.
Is that real?
I think he's watching it on his own.
Yeah, maybe. Let's see. Oh
No,
shit!
no, it's on.
There's
it's
audio.
live. Oh Jesus, dude.
Oh my god.
This isn't it. This is a machete fight between two crazy Africans.
Just your everyday, ordinary African machete fight.
Man.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck that.
This is what it looked like after the fact.
Oof. Oh my god. Didn't he get his arm chopped off?
You ever see a Spick's head come apart like that?
Looks like the cover of a DMX video.
It actually does look like the cover of a DMX video.
That's fucking nuts, man.
What's the It's Dark and Hell is Hot? That was the one you're talking about where he's covered in blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, I think it was last week, some kid threw a case of mistaken identity. There was a hashtag, what was it? I think Justice for Junior, was it?
Yeah.
Where
That was the one.
This kid was, apparently this Dominican gang, one of the leaders, his sister or his girlfriend, someone released like a tape, like a sex tape or something fucked up, and then they saw this kid and they thought that this was the kid who did it, and apparently it wasn't. And they hacked him in the neck. And the thing that was fucked up is, like, if there was someone around to help him, he probably would have survived, but then he bled out.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, if anyone fucked my chick, I mean, the first thought in my head is attack them with a machete. It's just,
of course.
That's just normal reactions for any human being. Yeah, not animalistic at all. I fucking can't.
But like, why would you kill the dude and not her?
It's normal to think about it.
I guess. I wouldn't go machete, though. I'd use a fucking modern instrument.
Like a gun?
Yeah.
Oh, like a gentleman.
Like a musket.
Yeah. He's gonna use one of those old timey pistols with a flintlock, just white gloves.
Yeah, man, it was really fucked up, and like there's a whole thing with like MS-13 on Long Island. There was a huge thing with them, and they use machetes. Like,
how many of them can you beat in a fight?
With machetes? Probably, I'd probably lose that one, but. That's why you look. You don't fuck with certain people because they don't play. They don't play
before you
nice.
get got.
Just watch, like someday we're all gonna be in Long Island. MS-13 is gonna try to fuck with us, and Ricky's just gonna punch them all in the face like Dick Tracy at the end of the movie. Just like knock out 16 of them at once.
No, I'll just do a spinning back kick and knock them all out with that. No, I'm not saying that I could beat up anyone. I'm just saying that I think that if we had a Gas Digital bracket, I think I could do fairly well.
I think Vecchione wrestled in college.
Yeah, Vecchione I also mentioned was a wild card.
Mike is a problem. Like,
Mike, Mike.
He wrestled at Penn State.
Oh yeah.
Did he wrestle
He's
at
fucking
Penn
up
State?
everybody.
He was like a walk-on, wasn't he?
Yeah.
All right, then add Vecchione
fucking
to this
legit.
thing.
And you're like he's
knows fucking
raping
Phil
you
Davis.
afterwards. He's fucking all of you. Like me too. He'll choke me out and then probably fuck me. That's how that goes.
The only thing keeping Mike from beating us up is Mike.
Yeah.
Well, Mike it's funny because he's
So
so
you can beat up
calm
anyone
and-
on the network not named Mike. Well, there's Mike.
Oh, we got this guy over here. Now Vecchione is so calm and just collected that it's like a
because he's a
serial
fucking
killer.
killer.
Yeah, exactly. It's super intimidating. But what fight coming up are you looking most forward to, Chris? Is it the Stipe Cormier fight?
Oh yeah, I'm super excited for that fight. I think Stipe is gonna win, even though I feel like he's
Dude, did you
not
see
really the favorite.
The face-off picture they took at the presser?
Yeah,
he's
so much bigger.
Yeah, it's like me standing next to Ralph. It's a problem.
It's crazy, and he's got those close-up. I'm so hyped. That whole card, first of all, is fucking stacked.
Yeah, dude. It's like we don't deserve it.
Oh
It's
god,
too much.
Where did this Ortega Holloway fight come from that everybody wanted to see and just like what? This is happening so soon?
My guess is the heavens. Dude,
Yeah.
that is a ridiculous picture.
And like whatever. I mean, Cormier's undefeated at heavyweight, right? But
Well, Cormier, he's made a career out of fighting guys that were bigger than him.
Hey, but who did he fight at heavyweight, right?
Barnett, he ragdolled Josh Barnett in the Strike
Yeah, but
Force
Barnett
Heavyweight
is
Grand
like-
Prix.
Barnett is not Stipe.
He's an ex-juice head. He's not going to have...
Stipe's pre-fight meal is an entire 6-foot hero. All right, like he's gonna win this fight.
Yeah,
He's a fucking
Stipe,
monster.
and Stipe's nasty, but I don't know, man. Cormier, something gives me a feeling about this fight that Cormier's going to do a lot better than people are giving him credit for.
Oh, I think it's gonna be a great fight. I just think Stipe is gonna win, and I think he's gonna catch him in like a late round, just a close-up. He's gonna knock him down, and that's gonna be it for Cormier. Like he's gonna get back up, but like he's not gonna be the same after that. And like I'd say round 3 or 4. Like he's gonna catch him with one of those, like he's got that close power.
Yeah.
Where he can like knock you out even though he's standing next to you, like fucking 1-inch punch shit. Yeah, I think he's gonna catch Cormier with one of those late because he's got to get in close. He's so much smaller.
He's a legitimate heavyweight.
He's gonna get caught in the chin, drop him, and like I think Cormier will get up, but I think that's where it falls apart for him. That's where his game plan's gonna fall apart.
And Jones is the only one to KO Cormier, right?
Yeah. I think his only losses are against
And Jones is throwing fucking head kicks.
Yeah.
You're not going to see Stipe throwing a head kick.
No.
I would gather. Then again, he's 6'4". Cormier's Cormier's like 5'10" or whatever the fuck. So maybe we'll see the first fucking head kick from Stipe Miocic.
What's Stipe's reach? Because I feel like that's the
82?
Achilles heel for DC, because the two guys who have given him the most trouble happen to be Gus and then obviously Jones.
Yeah.
And then the second fight, obviously there's an asterisk next to the win by Jones, but those are the guys that I feel like DC has the most problems with. I mean, if DC beats Stipe, it puts him in such a weird position or in a weird echelon in the history of mixed martial arts, because he'll always have that John Jones losses, hanging over his head.
Yeah, but the second loss, Jones got popped, and I think, you get like you kind of half get a pass on that, right?
No.
You don't think so?
No, he was still like knocked
It is
dead.
this weird muddied thing, right?
And
Like,
walked
he's
around
never...
the cage like a drunk guy trying to leave a party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he was crying like he got dumped at a party drunk.
He is a crybaby. That is kind of his deal, right? He cries a lot.
He should be fucking big baby.
I don't think he even
fucking
knew what the
bottom
fuck
lip.
was going on. I think he was just like having some sort of a mixed martial arts seizure. I mean, I don't think remembers being interviewed by Joe Rogan after that fight.
Yeah. Well, he got kicked in the head.
So I have it here. Miocic is an 80-inch reach. Cormier 72 inches. So he's giving up 8 inches.
What about Jones?
And then Stipe is giving up 8 inches. The other, never mind. Go ahead. What?
No, I was asking
Pull the fucking
Harrington.
record on that one.
Yeah, I was asking Harrington the reach of Jones and Gus.
84.
Jones listed at 84 inches.
Gus is like 82, I think.
God damn.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, that card's going to be great. And it's funny, going back to what you were saying before, Chris, it's like, what kind of pay-per-view numbers is that going to do compared to like when Conor McGregor fights?
Who else is on that
it
card?
won't. It'll do nothing comparatively. Like it won't, and it's kind of depressing because I'm so much more interested in these fights than anybody Conor fights. Like,
Really?
Yeah,
Dude, it's
I
an
kinda
awesome
am.
fight card though.
Holloway versus Ortega. I was just like, oh my god, that's added. Like I love Cormier, and Stipe's probably my favorite fighter right now.
Yeah. I mean, Holloway is turning out to be like...
And Holloway's fucking fantastic.
He
and
could easily
fucking
become one of the
Ortega's
greatest
great.
fighters of all
Like,
time.
Come on.
Jones versus Cormier 2 was 860,000 pay-per-view buys. In a similar spot last summer, it was the number 2 pay-per-view of last year. So, I mean, there is something to be said for Jones, but Cormier definitely does have drawing power, and Stipe currently has the number 1 pay-per-view this year at UFC Boston.
Well, who else is on that card?
Who was that fight?
That was the DC versus Volkan Ozdemir.
Okay.
And,
but that was also like a very stacked card.
I mean, this UFC 226 is pretty goddamn stacked, Chris.
I mean, I'm pretty interested in this, and like they're not the greatest fighters, but the Ngannou Derek Lewis fight is
incredible.
It's gonna be.
Oh, that's gonna be a great fight.
Oh God, those guys are gonna beat. That's Mandingo.
I was about to say that is Mandingo fighting.
For all my talk of it,
Calvin Candy special.
Yeah, I feel like Derek Lewis is about to find out what it means to be a pro fighter in the UFC.
I mean, all right. I just got to ask this because, like, when I saw that fight on this card, do you think whoever wins this that's who's fighting Lesnar?
Who the main event?
No, this heavyweight card, this the Ngannou Derek Lewis. Because I feel like I don't think anybody I don't think they're giving Lesnar a title fight.
No, Jones was probably
fight. I thought he's suspended for 5 years.
You're not bringing fucking Lesnar for.
What did you say, Chris?
Dana White said that if Brock comes in, he sees him getting a shot right away.
Yeah, why not?
Oh wow, really?
It's probably gonna be his last.
But
one.
also,
he said that.
I'm also with you, Chris. Is I don't know how the fuck he's gonna be able to fight because his like, suspension is on freeze. So I don't understand how he could fight in a year.
Oh, it's like they're not moving ahead with it. I didn't know that.
No, I mean it's frozen because it's frozen.
I thought it ended because he retired. Like, isn't that some weird workaround? Like he officially retired and took a name out of the pool.
I thought it was on pause, and then when you come back, it goes on again.
Is this you talking about Lesnar or
yes,
Jones?
Lesnar.
Okay, with Lesnar, if he comes back, he just needs to announce to the USADA pool that he's open for testing again. That year is already passed.
Okay, yeah.
So he's good with that. He just needs to announce that he's returning from retirement. I think it's a 6-month USADA protocol. They can maybe shorten it to 3.
And I know his contract says he gets at least 1 fight, so he can have 2 fights even as a WWE guy right now. And, I mean, I think, don't you want to try to milk him out of 2? Because I think he could beat either of these guys.
Ngannou and Lewis?
I think he could beat either of these guys.
Yeah, he can.
So then you get the pop just from him, and then you give him the title fight.
The
and
money.
if Stipe's at fucking 4 fights at that point.
Gave me chills. I like it. Go for it.
You don't think the money fight is Jones-Lesnar?
Oh, that's totally the money fight.
Doesn't he have a 5-year suspension?
No, Jones right now is awaiting a hearing from USADA. He went into the California State Athletic Commission hearing. That was supposed to be the precursor. It did not go very well for him.
That's what I'm saying.
So they're saying USADA could hit him with the full 4 years, but most likely he's already served a year. They'll give him 18 months. He'll be ready to fight by November.
You know what? Maybe it's time for him to fucking hang him up. Can he possibly be that stupid? Like the way he went through that fucking hearing, it was like he just admitted that his manager filled out the paperwork. Like you don't say that, right? Am I crazy? Like is that not common sense to keep your fucking mouth shut?
Yeah, like has anybody else gone through your bags? Nope.
Yeah,
and if they have,
no,
of course they have. And I'm trying to get on a plane.
Yeah, I'm gonna say no, and then I'll find out later when I hear ticking.
Yeah, Jones is not known for being the brightest bulb, but everyone wants to see him fight, and you know he has the power of the fact that the UFC has a lack of star power right now, especially with Conor McGregor on the shelf. You don't know when he's going to come back, and eventually when he does come back, I think we're in agreement.
Well,
we were talking about
they're
this.
looking at Nurmagomedov in October or some shit with Conor. You know about that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not. There's no. I mean, it's a maybe.
It's not definite, but they're starting to talk about it. It's like you don't start talking about it until you want to start selling it.
How long is he? When was the last fight he had?
Connor.
So
2016. It was it was the Madison Square Garden card. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I'm excited for him to come back. I love it. I love the whole thing. It's like let's see what he can do.
I don't know, man. He can't take too much time off.
He is like it's like he went to the Floyd Mayweather School of Business in that fight. You know what I mean? Like he's like, yeah, I just won't fight that much.
Yeah,
and just be a huge prick.
Make a ton of money.
There you go.
This is interesting. I just read an article from MMA Mania. It says that Conor McGregor has exhausted all of his funds and is now forced to return to fighting.
How is that pot? He made $250 million.
Civil lawsuits. He's got mortgages to pay in Spain.
A lot of coke and whores.
He's Micker rich.
Mostly coke and whores. Dude, if there was a pie chart, if there's a pie chart, it would be a lot more whores and coke than.
I had a friend who claimed to go
I don't
home
think he went
with
through all that
Conor
shit,
McGregor in Vegas. And she's not super hot, but she was like he couldn't get it up because he was so coked up. And just
really?
For 2 hours.
Ooh.
I mean, she might be a crazy liar, but I don't think so. She was definitely in Vegas for a bachelorette party, came back and like told us that story. You know what I mean? Like, he's just like, I believe you.
Yeah, I mean,
so we know he's not on testosterone.
You know, the thing with, you mentioned Floyd Mayweather. The difference between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, believe it or not, is Floyd was
color.
Yeah, that too. But Floyd was way more disciplined. Floyd, you didn't hear about him doing blow. You didn't hear about him
just
going
beating
out
women.
partying.
Yeah, exactly. What are you talking about? More disciplined. He's a fucking animal.
Literally,
As
because
a
of
fighter,
the women beating, not because he's black. I feel like I have to make that fucking very clear on this show.
I'm saying as a fighter. You know,
You don't think Conor was disciplined going into that fight?
No, I'm saying Conor's
Boxing
doing
match?
cocaine probably. I mean, I don't
So
know
what?
for a fact.
Other people do cocaine. They fucking win world titles.
Yeah, but we're talking about Floyd
Yeah, but
Mayweather
they don't
and
throw
Conor-
they don't throw hand trucks through windows.
That might
That's
be a
some
PC
cocaine.
kid.
That's some cocaine shit, dude. That's some cocaine
Was
shit.
it a hand truck or a garbage can?
Hand truck.
I think it was both. He tried to
throw
grab
the garbage can. He was stopped.
No,
at
he
that
tried
point.
to throw a guard rail.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
That's
they're
way
real.
heavier than
he's
a hand
a
truck.
fucking animal, dude.
He is
How
an
do you not
animal.
love him?
The 155-pound leprechaun throwing guard rail.
I want him to
fucking
lose, I'll
nuts.
tell you.
Yeah, so what? You fucking watching? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
Like
is, yeah.
he's doing his
It does
job.
make me want to watch, yeah.
Why do you want him to lose?
Because he's a fucking asshole. Like, it
Yeah.
just, he left, like, he didn't fight any of the, he had 2 belts.
Yeah.
He was the first one to ever do it, and then defended them not at all, and went and had this fucking money grab with Mayweather. And I
Yeah,
get it,
but
and
what are
I
you gonna
get
do?
why you would do it, but like then still didn't come back. I mean, come on, why aren't we watching him fight Holloway? You know, like it's like all these fights that he could have had. The Khabib fight is, you know, there's fights out there for him that people want to see.
He's probably trying to just work more money out of the deal. It's got to be.
Yeah, sure. I would
dealing
imagine,
thing.
like, I'm sure he wants to make that money again.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to Mike, he's broke.
There's no way he's broke.
Yeah,
I just don't buy it.
Where'd you read that he's broke?
MMA Mania. It was a quote from Eagle.
Floyd Mayweather's Twitter.
It was
No.
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
It was Khabib's manager.
It was his live journal.
Oh, fuck
Abdul
that.
Ali,
Khabib's,
whatever.
Khabib's live journal.
Wait, was it really? It was his manager?
That's what Khabib's manager said. He's exhausted his funds, and
They
he's
are-
now pressing for a fight because he's broke.
They are not good shit talkers.
They're not good liars.
Look,
I don't know, man.
Connor's broke
But
because they said.
you know what though? If he's gonna like say
Leave that
he
mirrors
wants to fight
behind his
Khabib,
couch.
I mean,
Makes the apartment look bigger.
What are you saying, Tinkle?
all I was gonna say, I mean, it sounds like if he's calling out Khabib, he's probably broke. If he's calling out someone easier, it seems like he would
He's
come back
going
just
to
for
be
fun.
Khabib.
No, because the Khabib fight now with
Where?
the whole Dolly. Oh, this guy! Don't believe a fucking word he says. This guy apparently is a terrorist.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
Connor's running out of money. This is why he agreed to fight Khabib.
fuck
Abdelaziz,
outta
whole
here.
team is sports. It's okay. We're going to contribute to him making some money, but at the end of the day, we owe him an ass whooping. He needs to get his ass whooped from Khabib.
They really are treating Connor like a rapper. Like they're dropping like diss rhymes. Like, you broke.
It's pretty cool.
But that's the money fight. That when you say that, why would Conor come back to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov?
Yeah.
The groundwork has been laid.
Over who? Like, who else would he, like, I mean, whatever. I was watching, like, UFC tonight, and they were saying, like, would you rather watch him fight Nate Diaz again or
Nah.
Floyd Mayweather? And I'm like, any
Neither.
fucking body else.
Yeah. Look, here's the deal. I think he beats Khabib, and I think he runs into problems with Tony and Kevin Lee. I think there are real fucking problems in that division. And there's 3 great fights that you can work out over the next 2, 3, 4 years. Big money, dude.
I don't think
know.
he beats any of those guys.
I think he's going to KO Khabib. I think Khabib's striking is just too subpar. His wrestling's amazing, but he's got to get in there and catch Conor. I think he might be too quick for him.
Dude, all he has to do is just take him down once, and then he's just gonna dry fuck him.
He does, like, here's the deal, right? If Khabib can, because here's what he usually does. He runs in, and he just grabs a hold of you. He's like a fucking black hole. The second he gets within, you get within Khabib's event horizon, you're going to the ground. There's just no 2 ways about it. If he can not get KO'd on the way in, which is, it's like a 50-50 shot at best for his chances.
But that's what makes that fight so interesting. Because
But I think it's more interesting with Tony and fucking Kevin Lee, who have good striking and great ground games. Kevin Lee's a fucking murderer.
No,
He's a
Kevin Lee.
murderer.
I was very impressed with Kevin Lee versus Barboza. I was at that fight, the one in Atlantic City at Boardwalk Hall. I was very impressed with what Kevin Lee can do. But I just think, what's so interesting about Conor McGregor, and I know we talked about this on this show, but this discussion that we're having right now, it's probably the most appropriate time to bring it up again. People keep doubting him, and he keeps coming out and quieting the doubters and the haters.
Yeah.
People keep saying this is the guy that eventually is going to beat him. We can go as far back as when he fought Chad Mendes, because that was the fight when I think I would say actually no, excuse me. Before that, I'd say that the Seaver fight was really the coming out party. You can make an argument for Diego Brandao, but that fight between Chad Mendes, I've never seen a fight where the original fighter that he was supposed to go against, which was Jose Scarface Aldo, that fight gets canceled, and people were just as hyped to see him fight Chad Mendes. Maybe not just as, but people were still hyped. It was still a card that people were going to buy the pay-per-view. They weren't going to feel like they were getting ripped off. And people kept saying, even though Chad Mendes had a short training camp, he's finally going to fight a wrestler. Connor's finally going to fight a wrestler. Exactly. And then what happened? He ended up knocking out Chad Mendes. And then they made excuses. So.
They were crying about him not fighting any wrestlers, and he got Chad Mendes, and he fucking KO'd him in the second round. And it was like, all right, now what? Oh, he can't beat Frankie. I think he kills Frankie. He's going to murder Frankie if they ever fight. And remember, he's a good fighter. That's no one wants to recognize that he can, move well, and he's very, his fight IQ is very high. He might run into somebody who can squash him like fucking Khabib, but
well, the thing is too that you brought up Kevin Lee. When you watch Kevin Lee fight, he displays mixed martial arts where he's he's going to take you down, he's going to grind you out on the floor, he's going to try and stand in the feet. Connor's like, dude, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, I've been knocking dudes out. I've just been standing. Why am I going to try and take someone down and wrestle and go into somewhere where I'm not going to have as much success other than when I'm standing and trading and landing shots? I mean, he's knocking dudes out. That's why, the Khabib Nurmagomedov fight is fucking fascinating, because it's literally two different styles.
It's striker versus grappler at the highest level. So it's going to be interesting to see.
So did you guys see this?
Yep.
I don't know what to say about 50 Cent, because it came out that he was going to fight, a Rampage in Bellator.
What, really?
Well, yeah, but
we put the kibosh on that, right? What's his face came in and told us, Ak or whatever.
Yeah, Ak from the Boxing with Ak on Instagram. Give him a follow. He told us that that's not going to happen. It was just basically 50 Cent trolling Bellator. But now, according to the source, 50 Cent is claiming that he sold his famous catchphrase, which I didn't even know that this was something that he owned. Get the strap for $1 million to Bellator. That's what he's claiming.
Isn't that? I heard that was a line from
Get the strap.
What show is he on? Power or some shit? Didn't he say the same thing?
I feel like people have been saying that in rap videos for 100 years.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of porn where they say that. Get the strap on.
Those are the best ones. I say that in my home. He said the same thing to Terry Crews when he got fucking molested by that agent in Hollywood.
Oh, when he got his dick grabbed?
Told him to get the strap.
Yeah, see? 50 Cent.
I think
anyone for grabbing Terry Crews' dick. I'd do it if I didn't think I was going to get beat up.
Would grab Terry Crews' dick?
Why not?
I'm kind of curious.
Right? He's great in those Old Spice commercials. Yeah.
I mean, haven't you ever been around a tall black guy before? Have you not grabbed their dicks?
I try to avoid them as much as possible.
They like that better than when you touch their hair.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So the quote from 50 is, I did a deal today. I sold, in parentheses, get the strap for $1 million to Viacom's Bellator. So you will see it on some cooler clothing shortly. Eye emoji. See how I make something out of nothing. Period. LOL.
How the fuck did he trademark that phrase?
I mean, he's the guy who took quarter water bottle and sold it for $2.
But he broke Centrum's up in there first, though.
Yeah, but
he's in his fucking kitchen with a mortar and pestle and his fucking and jarring
just
equipment.
Flintstone vitamins in there, shaking it in a cocktail shaker. We got this, baby.
No, but Michael Buffer, if you use Ready to Rumble, he'll sue you like that. And it was actually Bruce Buffer, the ring announcer for the UFC. Yeah, their story's incredible. Like they didn't even know each other till they were brothers until they were adults. And Bruce Buffer would be with his dad listening to boxing on the radio, and he just was like, it felt like
he sounds like me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He talks like that all the time, no matter what he's doing.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It's very weird. I watched him on Poker After Dark years ago, and it's an awkward thing listening to like an announcer guy still bring like announcer voice to a social gathering.
He doesn't put it on as intensely as he does in the UFC, but it's obviously his voice.
But
you know,
I played poker with him at the Aria in Vegas. It is him at all times. Maybe it's just when he's in Vegas, but he is always that fucking guy, dude.
Maybe he just doesn't really talk like that, but he's just like old school wrestlers. He's just always in kayfabe. He's just wearing why are you wearing that suit jacket? We're in a bodega, Mike.
Well, dude, I remember when he was on our podcast.
Huh?
I remember when he like told us. Remember that when he's like, "Hey guys, I will never lie to you." I was like, I fucking love this guy.
Oh, he's
like, it was so weird the way he said it. Yeah, remember that? He's like, I will never lie to you guys, and I'm like, well, you could just lie right now, and I believe you. So fucking
yeah.
Oh, it was great. I remember. I don't know if it was on this show.
My mom used to say that when she was addicted to crack. Like that's the biggest lie you can tell.
I will never lie to you.
Who says that?
I'll never lie to you, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if it was on this show or another show that I did where I interviewed him, but I said he's really cool. Like you can say things to him that are extremely inappropriate, and he's not going to miss a step. I was like, do you talk like that when you're banging a chick? And he's like, yeah. He's like, when I take off my pants, I go, it's time.
I mean,
like,
I would.
Dude, that's fucking.
Right? How can you not?
It's so
Definitely
corny, but
does.
it's hilarious, dude.
Oh god, his Charlie Rose moment is gonna be so fucking creepy. When the chick's reading the transcript.
Who's Charlie Rose again?
He was the Channel 13 interviewer. Apparently, he used to just like walk out naked in front of interns and shit.
Oh, is he the one that fucking had the lock in his?
No, I think you're thinking of. Was that him? No, you're thinking of Matt Lauer.
Okay, yeah. All right.
Matt Lauer had the rape button.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman was
Need
the
one of
one
those
that for some reason I don't feel as creeped out because it's Morgan Freeman. Like,
Yeah.
no one's safe. All these guys are creeps.
He narrates your own rape.
Yeah, like you.
It was about that time I forced her knees open and slid inside her.
You don't sound like him, but I get it.
Whatever.
I think that
Okay.
was pretty. That was all right. That was better than I could do.
Here, do it again.
The same line? That's all I got.
Say oh, that's what. Yeah, say the same line then.
Say the same line.
Don't move, bitch, or else. I don't know. Now I
No,
say I
now
lost
you
it.
can't do it.
I have to start it with it.
It's got to be like
Go ahead.
It's got to be like a lot less. You went fast that time, so I would do it a lot more slower.
Yeah, you got to.
Especially when you say rape.
I think I think you have to start it with it was about that time. You got to go real. What was that movie? Shawshank with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was about that time. I choked that bitch and stuck it in her asshole.
You had
Now I'm
that
just
one-
like going through my own fantasies.
Yeah.
So we had two legends. Actually, I guess that's up to perspective. But Johnny Hendricks and Rashad Evans both retiring from the sport of
Oh,
mixed
Johnny
martial
retired. I
arts.
didn't know he retired too.
Yep, he announced on MMA Junkie Radio that he's officially retiring from the sport of mixed martial arts.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that makes sense, right? He's he won't stop eating enough to get down to 170, and he's too small for 185. Saw that when he fought
It's
Tim
just like a
Boesch.
raging bull story. Just never making weight.
These are the jewels from the
It's
belt.
gonna be one.
But I honestly think that's why he
Mr.
retired.
Hendricks, the belt of a champion is a very, very valuable thing.
But I honestly think that's why he retired, and that's crazy if you think about it, because he can't make weight and he just can't cut weight, and I think he's just gotten to a point where he's basically a fighter without a home.
He's just not into it anymore. I feel like he's doing his like steakhouse or whatever.
No, that failed.
It did, right?
Yeah, that's been going for a while. Big rigs.
Yeah.
Famous people should not really open restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants almost
Michael
always
Jordan-
fail.
I mean, Clyde's is good. You ever go to Clyde's?
I don't even know who that is.
Fucking Walt Frazier has the fucking he has the basketball hoop in the restaurant, and he's there hanging out in those dumb suits. He's like he'll take shots with you in there. It's kind of great. It's in Midtown. It's right by the Garden.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. But like other than him and like Michael Jordan, like stop opening restaurants.
Jordan has a restaurant?
Yeah, it's Michael Jordan Steakhouse.
I didn't even know that.
I think that's in Atlantic City, right? No, maybe Vegas.
I don't know, to be honest with you. There's so many of these restaurants that these guys open that fail that I just lose track.
Yeah.
Since the second Robbie Lawler fight, Johnny Hendricks has gone 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 and 6 in his last 8 fights. He's been knocked out in 3 of those, and he probably should have been knocked out by Gastelum. It's been a brutal run.
Probably has less to do with weight than we're talking about. Yeah.
The sauce, you're saying?
No, just getting punched in the fucking he's punched like you can't get knocked out that many times. How many times you say in a few years?
3 times since February of 2016 to November 2017.
Jesus, I mean,
fucking
probably trying to avoid
Christ.
that. He never seemed punchy, but I mean, it comes around eventually.
Yeah.
But if you remember, his 2 fights against Robbie Lawler, both wars, the Stephen
Yeah.
Thompson knockout, brutal. Gastelum, war. Magny kind of wore him down. Tim Boesch knocks you out. Come on. Call it a career.
Yeah, that guy's a fucking animal.
And then he went in there against Paul Acosta, who is literally just made of granite and steroids. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was about time.
Yeah, but financially, I mean, look at Carlos Condit. He retired from the sport. He had to come back because he doesn't have enough money. He hasn't made enough money in his career.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see him being a very, like, what do you call it? Like, spending a lot of more than he has. I'm sure he made some invest. He's a smart dude.
Yeah.
He's also not like
I think he just enjoys
never was
it.
a huge name. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the kind of guy. I'm sure these guys who aren't like massive.
He was huge, like for like the hardcores for sure.
No, but you know what I mean. Like anybody who's not like doing these massive fucking paydays.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but they're consistently fighting for years. I feel like those are the guys who like they must have somebody smart around them, or like you know, like that's who. Because there's not as many like vultures going after your $300,000 purse. You know what I mean? Like
Turn me out.
Johnny Hendricks is the exception to that rule, actually. When he was young, coming out of college as a wrestler, he got hooked up with a management company who fed him, boarded him, paid for his training, gave him a stipend. They made 50% of his career earnings when he went on to become a champion. So that Big Rig Steakhouse failing is probably a lot to do with him getting in the cage last November.
It's like Dwayne Zinkin. Have you ever heard of him?
Nope.
He owns Zinkin Entertainment, and a lot of the guys from AKA, a lot of the wrestlers, he's heavily involved in like the, USA Wrestling program. So a lot of those guys, he would sign to his Zinkin Entertainment company where they would manage these guys, and he would be able to keep them on their feet while they were, starting their careers in mixed martial arts. Guys like Fitch, guys like Koscheck, all those AKA guys. I mean, look, it's a good play, but unfortunately, you got to do it with the right guy. I mean, Dwayne Zinkin made a good career out of it because he treated his fighters well, and they had their friends sign with him, and they trusted him. But you get a lot of seedy, shady motherfuckers who are going to come, and if you don't have a good lawyer or you don't look at it in a contract, I mean, sometimes it could be something so finite in the way that something is worded or structured that could be the difference between you losing 50% of your earnings during the course of your career as a fighter, or being someone who has like a somewhat lucrative career. Because I mean, look at Rory McDonald. I was watching the fight between him and Robbie Lawler, which goes down as one of the most epic fights of all time. Yeah. And people are like, "Oh, why did the UFC, get rid of Rory McDonald, or why did Rory McDonald leave and go to Bellator?" It's money, man. Bellator, that Viacom money. You can talk shit about their rosters compared to the UFC. You can talk shit about their fighters. You can talk shit about them putting on fights like Dada 5000 versus Kimbo. But these guys go over there and they get paid, man.
It's also like an easier road to a championship too.
Yeah.
So that on top of making the money.
Rory McDonald was able to actually sign a cryptocurrency sponsor for his last fight. So he made a killing just by, I don't remember the exact name of it. But I was just looking up the Jim Hendricks of that was Team Takedown. That's Chaz Skelly, Jared Roseholt, Shane Roller, Abdul Razak Al Hassan. Clearly Hendricks was the moneymaker for that gym.
Damn. Oh, look at that shit. Michael Jackson's dead. Joe Jackson dead at 89.
Great fighter.
Yeah, really good fighter.
Great fighter.
Undefeated
6-0.
I heard Bellator was going to sign him. Yeah, but I don't know, man. It's sad seeing some of these fighters retire because you know that they're not going to have enough money. They're going to have to be doing go from being a champion or being like someone at the top of the food chain in mixed martial arts to now coaching or doing things that they're not going to be able to retire like other athletes, which sucks about the sport.
Yeah, I mean, for now, I don't know.
I mean, it'll get there, but I think there's also the fact
I don't know if it will or not.
Yeah,
it might not because I think we were talking about this on like Real Life Podcast like a few weeks ago. I think there's just why do they have they said that like a good amount of the guys on the UFC roster make like $30,000 a year.
Right. Well,
it's
just fight, I'm sure. Well,
yeah, but like kids, they may be getting one fight, but there's like 400 guys. Why do they have
those guys get like 3 or 4 fights? Like, they have like the option to go 3 or 4 times a year.
But why do they have like 400 fighters signed to the organization?
Why do they?
Yeah, just stop
Fill
signing
cards.
all these guys. Make them go get jobs. Like go get a job. Like nobody's paying to see you fight. Stupid.
Most guys do have jobs. I mean, Demetrius Johnson was still working in a factory up until I think 4 or 5 fights ago. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys do have side jobs like that.
Yeah.
Shane Carwin was a full-time engineer.
I was just going to say, he kept his job through the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
someone else is, too.
The guy who fought, he fought Jared Cannonier. He's from Alaska. He refuses to leave his job at like a cannery or something because he wants the stability before. I mean, dude, it's the guy who keeps getting into those big fights and then losing.
Yeah.
So, You get that one big payday, fine, but you'll be fighting for $40K on an LFA card in 6 months.
I just
not
laughed
worth it.
because he's from Alaska and works at a cannery. That's fucking hysterical.
It's par for the course.
I'm assuming he works at a cannery. I don't know what else they have up there.
Wait, who was that again?
Jared Cannonier.
Did you think cannery because his last name was Cannonier?
Maybe.
He works at a cannon factory, guys. He's the last cannoneer. That's why his name is that.
I was thinking the last cannery. That'd be the name to go with, right? You're gonna fucking do canning in Alaska? No?
What do you mean? If he owned his own cannery?
Never mind. Just let it fucking sit there.
Yeah, I don't know, Maddie.
Jesus Christ.
Come on, the last cannery? That's good stuff. Catch you next week. Yeah,
That was almost a serious statement.
Yeah.
A little bit. Mike, we can't read your handwriting.
Okay, I'm sorry about
really
that.
bad.
Guys, I wanted to see, Maddie, if I can get my $5 back. You want to bet me if we have a Hammerfisting shirt up?
No, I don't, because I spoke to Bobby and he gets shit done.
Maddie, give me a chance with my $5 back, man.
I'm not gonna give you $5 back that you lost because you fucking ham-handedly left Bobby waiting for fucking weeks.
I did not ham any hands.
Did he fucking tell you that
definitely
Bobby had a
hammed
fucking
something.
logo
I could
for
see
us?
you, fatty.
And you're handling hams for sure. Did fucking did he tell you that Bobby had shirts ready for us?
No.
You are
Wait
garbage.
a second. Hold
as
on,
a
hold
human.
on. I was on that email chain. I'm not on this show.
I just got dizzy. Yeah, dude. Fucking
Matt, so you're not going to give me a shot to... I had faith
No.
in my friend
I should-
and the producer, the
Mike-
executive producer of this network, Bobby Hutch, because when Bobby Hutch says he's going to get something done, he gets something done.
Yeah, but here's
my
the problem.
shirt...
You were involved.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it was a dead fucking end. If anything, I should take more money from you. You
It's-
should owe all of us money.
It's the
Yeah,
fans'
hell yeah.
fault.
Give me some money.
You should give all of us $5.
It's the fans' fault. They
You
picked
need to
my shirt
PayPal
over
Chris
anyone
Tinkle
else's.
$5 right now.
I don't think
Yeah,
Chris
give me
Tinkle-
$5, fuckface. And
I'm not getting my
what the
money
fuck
back.
happened to
Okay.
the CM Punk shirt?
It's not good. So we went with Bobby's
that's-
design instead, which, drumroll,
That's a forearm with a
See
small
it. It's
hammer.
on the
it's the fans' cans.
Where's my new shirt, Bob?
No, our shirt. Fuck his shirt.
Wow.
Wait, it's
wow,
just-
this
does
is a
look
fucking
good.
monumental moment.
Look at this.
And I said,
It's a
and
bony. It's a
I will
it's
buy
a bony
one. 'cause I said I
forearm
would
with
buy
a Home Depot hammer.
It's priced very high. Like it's
No?
24. You know what? Actually,
That's how much
It's priced
they all
perfectly.
cost. Yeah.
can we cut that out
No.
in post?
Nope.
It's priced. It's
a steal.
Underpriced. It's
Yeah.
a steal at 24 to 27. What's the 27 for? Like the real fat fucks?
Yeah.
Extra. Yeah,
Guys like
the,
me.
The big guy. Yeah. All right. So lose some weight. You fucking pay $24.
And we have this garbage.
Win-win.
That somebody else submitted.
No, I'm actually gonna release this for me.
I like
You
this.
motherfuckers.
I
This is
would have
great-
bought that fucking shirt.
You made a shirt
I
that
want
actually
that. I
liked.
want that up tomorrow when my show airs.
It made me giggle like a woman. I was like, this is a fantastic idea.
That is actually a really good idea.
So, all right, I do want to win my $5 back. Chris, you want to go $5? I say the shirt that Bobby Hutch, the brilliant visionary executive producer of Gas Digital Network,
did that
designed
design, too.
versus your horseshit.
Yeah, put it up. Let's go.
Well, can we
All right,
describe?
$5?
Let's go. Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. But it's got to be -1 because I said I would buy a Hammerfisting shirt, and I'm gonna buy
I'm
one.
banking on
And
you
I'm not
buying
buying
one.
it.
Hold on.
You're not buying our shirt?
No.
You are not a man
And
of
you know
your
we
word.
will sell shirts because everybody buys our shirts when we sell them. I sold a fucking pizza dish
Hold on,
shirt.
slow down. You're gonna fuck yourself out of it. We should do $5 a shirt.
What?
Kind of like when you're playing straight pool, you play like $5 a ball, whatever your stakes are. However
Maddie.
many shirts sell for the other person, you pay whoever it is. Yeah, that makes sense.
Maddie, you would personally go and buy 4 shirts and spend over $100 to make me pay $20. Like, you're a vindictive, spiteful person like that.
He is right. I mean, I didn't think of it. I mean, I might have thought of it.
I totally would have done that.
I
too.
mean, now for sure I'm gonna.
I
would
would
have
have came in here next time and handed them out to you guys.
Might be worth it.
I would have paid the $27 to get him a big fat guy.
I'll do $20 then. $20, whoever does more. So
Sure.
keep it fair. All right.
Keep it fair.
Done.
Well, I'll tell you what. For people listening and not watching, the shirt that Chris from Brooklyn made is the Hammerfisting logo with a little High Society Radio. What is that, like a piece of cardboard? You know, the High Society Radio logo over Hammerfisting. So
Slapped
essentially,
over the
he made it a
fucking-
High Society Radio shirt.
It is a High Society Radio shirt.
Yeah.
great.
So that's brilliant.
I was about to say that should be up in place of our shirt, but I was like, I don't want to do that to her. Like, we just fucking got the shirt.
We still can't read your handwriting.
Especially when you're moving it. It is fucking pencil thin. Yeah, we can hear Bobby just fine, so just talking to the microphone.
All right, so
Again, he's doing shit right.
head to Merch Pump, and then Chris from Brooklyn shirt's going to be up. Is it up already, or is it going to be up tomorrow?
We have a head start. I'll take every advantage I can get.
All right, so go buy Chris from Brooklyn's shirt.
Buy our shirt. Buy our shirt.
I'm kidding.
Listen, buy both.
Buy
shirts.
both. Yeah, they both make great
You
gifts.
need shirts.
Merchpump.com.
Can't just go outside with your nipples hanging out. You need shirts.
Selection. You want to get a Luis J. Gomez walkout shirt while you're at it for when he fights Ryan O'Neal at Ellis Mania. But you could also head to gasdigitalnetwork.com and you sign up 3,000 hours of content and you use a promo code FIST. You got shows like High Society Radio with Chris from Brooklyn. Obviously, Legion of Skanks. Tim Dillon is Going to Hell. I was going to say your show, but that's not on the network, unfortunately. Hopefully
we'll
soon.
See what happens.
Hopefully the thing is he's on there soon. And you're welcome with Michael Malice. Great stuff on there. And then you also can get the chat, high-definition feeds, and much, much more. Just go to gasdigitalnetwork.com. Also follow Gas Digital on Instagram and Twitter at Gas Digital. You can follow this show at Hammerfisting. You have anything you need to plug other than High Society Radio?
Yeah, you can go get my comic book, Snake Dick, Legend of the Anaconda, at Carmine Street Comics in New York City. Go buy that.
Thanks for leaving a couple of issues in the old studio.
Oh,
yeah, I read it. Yeah, it was fucking awesome, man.
Thanks. Thank you.
And I'm at Bonehova.
I'm at Jester Skulls, and check out The Thing Is, out every Thursday on iTunes and Stitcher.
Harrington?
YouTube, too.
I am at the chin _ and check out Believe You Me. Drops on iTunes every Tuesday.
Okay, Tinkle, what do you got going on?
At Chris Tinkle with a K, and tickets for my CD recording or album recording July 5th through 7th are still on sale. I think Thursday's almost sold out, and I just added some new dates. I will be at the San Diego Comedy Company Theater in September for the weekend, so I'll have exact dates on that coming up.
Very nice. The guys, well, I must say, for the first show in the new studio, wasn't perfect, but we'll get there.
Yeah, I mean, Mike
Baby
is
steps.
here still.
Baby
We'll
steps.
work on it.
Now, Mike and Bobby Hutch have
We'll leave the
done
door
an
open.
amazing
He'll fucking
job.
wander off into the street.
Well, what happens next week when Bobby doesn't want to help him through this?
That's when the real fun begins.
I'll be dead by next week.
Bobby just shows up. The studio's in flames.
I'm not. So wait, I don't have to
Harrington
pay
sitting
this
on the
$20
curb, covered in ash. Can we get a Bobby Hutch Gets Things Done shirt on Merch Pump? Because I would buy that. That's what I wanted. I would fucking buy that shirt right away.
Yeah.
Luke!
Yeah, for sure.
What's really annoying is that he has to make it.
Yeah, I know. He has to make his own. No, I think he'll take pleasure in designing his own shirt because he knows that he gets shit done. So props to Bobby Hutch, props to Mike Harrington, and everyone who's helped out with this new studio. Exciting times. We'll be back here 5 p.m. Eastern Wednesday next week. GasDigitalNetwork.com. Peace.